Aloha. Today I want to speak on the whole Free the Boob campaign and how, so basically it's just free your boobs but not free your mind. So the whole design of this system is to make you focus on the physical reality. This is what ESPN is. This is what going to the gym is. All this is a masculine, patriarchal, societal driven mentality that we act out in our moments when we're in our awakened state with our bodies. So this goes back to making the design of the mainstream media to in order to separate the mentality of the divide and conquer mentality. You have to jumble up the ideas of who people think they are. So the first part of that is the undertone of sexism that is the precursor to racism, which is put on the TV as what everything is about. Racism comes first from sexism. So the reason why they're jumping on the whole Free the Boob campaign, because all this stuff was invented by men, for men, not for, it's under the guise of empowerment for women, because they're trying to curve that wave of divine feminine awakening both inside the women and inside the men. So the mainstream opposition to that is to take the women and turn the women into men, and take the men and turn the men into women, mentally enslaved by separating. So when those separations exist and the gaps can be filled, you're also desensitizing them so they can become submissive to whatever design that gets put out there in the ideas of what humanity is about and the ideas of what everyday reality is about. So the Free the Boob campaign is really take your titties out and forget about your mind and call yourself empowering yourself. All these commercials about strong women, it's all based on the physical appearance. It has nothing to do, they're not putting out anything to do with your mind being free. An undertone of all this, the whole going to the gym and going back into the Roman and the Greek mentality, the patriarchal programming from back into those stories. So there's just going through the observations of these waves that are going on. ESPN gets the men living vicariously through sports teams. ESPN gets the women living vicariously through the same thing through sports teams. But it also ESPN itself creates a separation. It's a whole, like, this is the guy stuff, this is the men stuff, and the women can be free to do whatever they want and all this other stuff. But now it's all part of the same program. It's all physical body worship, physical reality enslavement, physical everything, with the patriarchal program underneath, with sexism underneath, with racism and entwined in all of this. And that's basically it. That's basically the tone of these messages that get put out, the vibration of these messages that get put out. So meanwhile, everybody's going to the gym. So you got people, and what's happening is there's a separation. This is where the twerking comes in. This is all part of that whole mentality too. The whole design of the music culture, so-called music culture, the sports arena. When you have like football season, when football season starts, you're basically taking an entire group of individuals, male mostly, and tuning them out for an entire season. First of all, most people are already tuned out when they go to work. They go out and go to work and they tune out because most jobs are not even needed in the first place. But you have to tune out a lot because of that shit is just so full of mentalities, TV frequencies that not specifically TV frequencies, but frequencies that are meant to bombard your time frame, bombard your mind state. And we feel that with cell phones, or you're looking down in your so-called smartphone. All our energy gets invested into a smartphone. So the main point I wanted to get is see where the energy is going when we invest it and where it's coming from. And the vibrations that are being calibrated before they come out, especially the so-called movements and all this revolution shit. All this is just, you can see most of these designs and these words that people throw out there, they are part of the system that is meant to be fighting. Like, it's meant to have bad guys so you can fight a bad guy. And that's the way this system stays alive, is to create separation so you can fight that separation once you get out of that separation. But that's not how, that's what a revolution is outside of evolution. And evolution happens one individual at a time, one heart at a time, activating at a time. And you can't activate your heart if you haven't freed your mind. So if you're too fucking busy trying to free your boobs and not worried about, not understanding the potential, the capacity for freeing your mind, and the knowledge-based expansion that opens up into a wisdom-based reality, which allows you to expand and open up your heart chakra. I'm leaving it there.